Corporate governance practices are put up primarily for ethical company actions. But in recent years, individuals and companies are expected to show greater awareness and take up greater responsibilities of preserving or replenishing resources that are used in businesses. The outcry emerges from the concern for sustainable development of businesses, which is getting more and more doomed when financial, social, and environmental resources can be depleted easily through unethical and ruthless companies' decisions and actions. With this concern, and building on corporate governance systems that should be in place, companies are required to take up not only the financial responsibility in making profits, but also the social responsibilities in preserving the people and environmental responsibilities in preserving the planet of natural resources, that is, the 3 Ps, which support their business operations, and these are collectively coined as CSR. Various theories and models are proposed along the line of CSR, for or against it. To one extreme, it was suggested that companies' primary and sole objective is only to make profits, and any other objectives like CSR should not be the company's responsibilities. What do you think? Do you think CSR activities will distract companies from achieving their primary objective of making profits? For those who support CSR, they suggest that there are more tangible benefits to come through from CSR activities, all of which will enhance different aspects of business and ultimately transpire into profits for the long term. For example, holding everything else the same, a CSR company can do better than a non-CSR company in the following. Retaining talents. A CSR company should appeal more to employees, as they will feel being cared for and more devoted to working for a good company. In the survey conducted by Forbes in 2018 of 30,000 American employees, Michelin scored as America's best employer of US companies with more than 5,000 employees. As reported, one of the factors that make the company the top employer is its dedication to CSR. Besides, the company also demonstrates its care for employees by enabling them to stay for a future career. Reducing operational risks. By securing sustainable businesses through CSR, companies can minimize, if not completely eliminate, operational risks. For example, Apple Incorporation has long been developing its own renewable energy by setting up solar energy plants and wind energy plants, and also growing trees in its own forests in different parts of the world. The ultimate target of Apple is that the company can itself provide the energy and packaging materials needed for its business in future. While these can help preserve the environment, it also means that Apple can secure energy from its own sources at costs, and operations are not affected should there be any energy crisis arising. Differentiating as more preferred business partners. We often see cafes putting up big signs in their shop, claiming that they only use fair trade coffee beans. What that really means is that the coffee beans are purchased directly from coffee farmers without a cut for the middleman, whom were occasionally found to be exploiting the farmers by depressing the price they paid to the farmers. If you and your friend are to enjoy a cup of coffee, will you two patronize a fair trade coffee shop or just any other shop? If you choose a fair trade coffee shop, you already bring more business to the shop. That's the profit-making side of CSR. Getting contracts from buying companies. For some large multinational companies that operate with procurement of merchandises from suppliers, there are standards or codes of conduct for suppliers to follow. Provisions in the standards or codes serve to ensure that their suppliers care for their workers and the environment. The same applies to government granting contracts to vendors who can satisfy both the financial and social aspects of the contracted jobs. As such, CSR companies can stand a better, if not exclusive, chance of getting businesses. CSR initiatives have gained much attention and development since the new century started. Along with activities taken up by businesses, There are also noticeable changes in the compliance requirements for listed companies in many countries. In some countries, listed companies are required to provide sustainability reporting by filing their environmental, social, and governance (ESG) report annually. They are separate from annual reports, which I have covered in another module, and they can be read in conjunction with annual reports in order that readers can gain a complete view of the companies with respect to their sustainability in the long term. As of now, ESG is still developing as a separate branch of reporting, while the accountant's inputs are significant.